Hi friends, it's Becky, and I have a couple of bead hauls actually to share with you. These are purchases that I made at Bead Box Bargains at the end of February and the beginning of March. And most of the reason that I got these was because of these fantastic bead mixes. They put a whole bunch up in their shop, and so I grabbed them. There's a couple of other things in here that I really wanted, and so they'll be in here too. And so I'm just going to go through all of these, show you my bead mixes, show you my things, and I am going to be organizing the bead mixes in this 36 grid organizer. It has some deeper and narrower wells than the organizers that I usually put my bead boxes into, but this is, stash. It also has some removable dividers so that I can adjust the sizes of each of these wells. So I'll put a link to these in the description below as well, as a link to the Bargain Bead Box. It is Bead Box Bargains. It is the sister site to the Bargain Bead Box subscription box, and subscribers to Bargain Bead Box also get a 30% off coupon that they can use to purchase things like all of these bead mixes. Now, some of the bead mixes have sold out since then, but there are still some that are available. So when I go through here, I'll just show you like this number here. You can find that at the Bead Box Bargains website. They've got a little search bar. It's the eyeglass icon on their website. You can search for it that way, or using a search engine. If you type Bead Box Bargains and then a quotation mark, that number, and then another quotation mark, it'll pull that up even if it's sold out, so that you can look up that info, see what's going on with that. It's just a little tip and trick if you want to find it, if you can't find it using the search function. So that being said, this is going to be a long video because there's a lot. It's about 3 different orders worth that we're going to be looking through and having fun with this, and I'm just making sure that I've got a clear spot on my desk for this to stay so it doesn't slide off at any point. There we go. All right. So with this order, this specific one, it was one of the first ones. I think it was the 27th of February that I did this one. That I was just like, ooh, look at these bead mixes. I need to have it. So I did that, and they always give you a free gift with purchase. And the free gift with purchase with this one were these teeny tiny little bead caps. They're little flower-shaped bead caps, smooth on one end, kind of a small, maybe 4 or 5 millimeter, that sort of thing. Really cute. I love little bead caps and very happy to have them. All right, one of the things I got that is not a bead mix are these top drilled flat oval lentil beads. Now they are opaque, and they've got this hole drilled right in the top of them. There were 6 to this bag. And the number for that one is 7751. Sometimes they put a CZ in front of the check glass beads on their website and on their listing. This is not going in the organizer. It's going to my other bead stash for that. But there was also in this order, this Unikite Forest mini bundle, but I'm not going to open that yet. I'll grab that at the end of this entire thing so that we can take a look at that then. But first, let's take a look at one of these bead mixes that we got from them. And this is a 40-gram mix. This is the Dark Autumn bead mix. And in this bead mix, you're going to find some glass round beads. This looks like we've got some chips. Let's pull out a bunch of these guys. So we've got some matte glass rounds like this. We've got some silver pearls like that. Looks like these are about 6 millimeter beads. We've got some crystal rondelles, seem to be about 5 by 6. We've got some glass rounds with some interesting patterning on them. We've got some crackle glass rounds like these. Again, interesting colors. You've got some lighter color ones as well. And then you've got a few chip beads. You've got some chip beads like this, some more pearlescent chip beads. It looks like those are pearl chips. There's a couple of larger seed beads like this, and then it looks like some 6/0s, 8/0s, and a bunch of 11/0s. Like that. So that's what we've got in bead mix number 1. Again, that's GLS 1646. I'm going to get this scooped back in here. I don't think I'm going to be able to pour out all of them that easily, especially since we are kind of getting them all over the place. But this bead mix is fantastic. You know what would be fun would be to take one of these bead mixes and just do a stringing project on just some beading wire or something, where you start at one end and you do some seed beads and then a big bead, and then some seed beads and a big bead, and some seed beads and a big bead. You just keep going until you have all of the beads on there, and see how long that gets. That would be a really fun project to do, just to get as much stuff in there as possible. But this will fit inside one of these little sections pretty nicely. And then when I want to use it, I'll be able to pull out the whole bead mix instead of having to scoop it out, because these are pretty deep. Leaving it in the bag means that I'll be able to scoop it out. So let's take a look at the second one. And I think what I'm going to do for the next couple is I'm just going to pull out a couple of example beads from each of these, and then instead of the whole thing, like some of these pearls, some of these ones with the splatters on them, I'm going to bring them up close when we get there. Ooh, that's a cool bead. Like that. Like some of them have like amethyst chips. There's not a ton of these amethyst chips in here, but I see one. Or, you know, kind of like I did with my dragon hoard wrap bracelet that I did, find a really cool focal. And if you didn't see my dragon hoard wrap bracelet, let me go grab that. It's one of my faves, so it's like right here on my desk. That was this one where I had my dragon focal and then a bunch of crystal beads that I interspersed with some seed beads. And it's a wrap bracelet. I think that these bead mixes would be fantastic for this kind of eclectic look sort of project like this. I'll link to my the video that I did with this one too. It was a Green Girl Studios order that I made my little dragon horde wrap bracelet with. But this is, what is this actually? GLS 1647. And it's the Autumn Dusk bead mix. So you've got some crystals, some pearls, some two-toned glass beads. This one has pink on one end and aqua on the other. This one's got some gold splashes. This is just a plain opaque looking one. And then you've got some heart beads. And then this is just a selection of some of the seed beads in that bead mix. And yeah, that's going to be a lot tidier way for me to do this, is to pull out some cool beads from the bead mix and then put them all back together. Now each of these was about 40 grams. Oh, there's a little star in there too. That's super cute. So the big beads do take up some space in there, so they are a little bit big. But you still do get a decent amount of seed beads in here with these guys. This one, sorry, that was, yeah, Lavender Dreams, not Autumn Dusk. The first one was Autumn Dusk. That was Lavender Dreams. This one is the Royal Blue bead mix. It is 1648. And let's pull out some of these guys. You've got these teal pearls. You've got some matte blue, like dark blue with little streaks on there. You've got some cobalt blue with, it looks like some dots. Why are you like this? Hey. Then you've got some moody blue pearls and some, almost looks porcelain, but I'm pretty sure it's glass. Some of those. You've got these with the brown and blue swirls on them. You've got some of these column beads like this. And then let's pull out some of our seed beads. Looks like we've got some silver lined aqua, some purple, some aqua lined 11Os, some cobalt blue, some regular blue. That's the sort of thing that we're going to be finding in that royal blue bead mix. What's that? 1648. And next we've got the turquoise sky bead mix. This is 1649. And with this is very similar to the ones that I just pulled out in the other, but then we've got these much lighter blue rounds. Some other matte beads, a few other columns, some turquoise chips. And let's get some seed beads in here. Move this along a little bit better. Alright, and I am putting all of them in here as I go through so that they are put away. Alright, next we've got the Spring Green bead mix. And these are all still the 40-gram bags. And let's grab a couple of these rounds. Get them out there. I think that's a good selection of those rounds. because you've got those minty green pearl beads. You've got some two-tone beads that are yellow on one side and blue on another. You've got your crystal rondelles. You've got these like lime green matte beads. You've got your more neutral colored beads. Some of these fun ones that have like splatters on them. Look at the splatters on that. But let's grab some seed beads. It looks like with the seed beads there's some light green chip beads as well. These seed beads add some other colors like yellow and white and silver in addition to these minty green colors. So that is a really fun addition. You can see those seed beads a little bit clearer back there. Alright, next you've got 1651. And this is the Woodland Wonder bead mix. This one's got some round beads. Let's make sure we got a pearl in here. These are glass pearls, by the way. But this one's got more root beer colors, more amber colors. Some of these fun glass beads that have the spotty finishes on them, or splatter finishes as well. Hold on. This one's got a lot more variety in colors, even though they're all brown. They're all like different shades of brown. And then you've got some taupey, sandy colors in the seed bead mix, but also a few pink colors, which is fun and unexpected. Oop. Oh, that's an interesting round bead. That didn't come out with the other ones. Let's put that one out there. So you've got like these dark burgundy seed beads and then light pink seed beads and then various shades of beige on there. So that's an interesting mix, I think. That was 1651, the Woodland Wonder. Alright, then we've got our Harvest Orange, and you're saying, Becky, you hate orange. Why did you get that? Well, because look at these sherbet beads. These aren't the only reason I got them. I also got them because sometimes you need orange. You know, you can't have a full rainbow without orange beads. You can't have Halloween beads without orange beads. And so, even though orange isn't my favorite color, there are some shades of orange that I really like too. And so I just grabbed this because it was, well, I was putting them all in my cart at the time, if I'm real honest. But I am not mad that I got an orange bundle. And let's grab a scoop of these seed beads so we can take a look at these too. There we go. It's very citrusy, but ooh, I love these guys right there. They're like peachy with little teal splatters on them. And then we've got our seed bead mix that includes like some orange, but also some yellow and silver and crystal. And look at these bright neon orange lined seed beads. That's really cool. I love lined seed beads. I think they are super fun. So yeah, 1652. All right, and then Daffodil Yellow. That's this one right up here at the front. Look how sunshiny and bright this is. Let's get some of these sunshiny beads out here. Looks like we've got some hearts in this one as well. That's a really good cross section of these round beads and crystals and crackle glass. These ones look like buttered popcorn. I love that type of bead. And look at this one, violently neon yellow. It's fantastic. There's a few chips in here as well. Let's grab just a scoop of our seed beads here. And again, with this, we've got some gold colored seed beads instead of silver, some white luster seed beads, some yellow, whether it is opaque yellow, bright yellow, or our crystal yellow. And then there's a couple that are like peachy toned, or a darker orangey yellow. I can't remember if I said the number or not, so I'm going to repeat it. That was 1653, and that was the daffodil yellow bead mix. Candy apple, that's this one right here. Candy apple red bead mix. So we've got a bunch of rounds with these. Now, some of these round beads are the type of beads that you'll see in, say, the curated bead box. So I'm wondering if that's where they actually got these bead mixes from, if they were putting curated bead box beads into little bead mixes to sell. It's entirely possible, because it's a closeout shop. Bead Box Bargains is, so if they were doing closeout things and they're like, hey, we'll give you a good price on this, they might have said, all right, let's do it. So you've got some opaque red, you've got some crackle glass red, you've got red with spots, you've got two-tone red, you've got some rondelles, you've got some lighter red right there. The chip beads on these look like they are shell chip beads, like that. And then we've got our seed beads with some large irregular 6/0 seed beads in different colors, various shades of red, and then some gold colored seed beads as well. For that one, they are bright reds. That is 1654. And then orchid pink. Eee! Isn't this pretty? I love this so much. This one, it is 1655. Obviously, I love this one. You guys know me. You know who I am. You've met me before. Alright, so let's pull these guys out. I'm not seeing any crystal rondelles with this one, but this is a good selection of the rounds that are in there. You've got your crackle glass and a few others. Let me do a scoop of the seed beads. Alright. We've got some light pink, we've got some fuchsia with some spatters, we've got crackle glass, we've got our matte beads, two different versions of matte beads, one that's more fuchsia and one that is hot pink with the blue spatters. And then for the seed beads, you've got some crystal. Is that gray lined crystal? It's not silver lined. Then you've got opaque silver, you've got fuchsia, you've got silver colored, and then fuchsia lined crystal on that for those seed beads. There's quite a variety of seed bead sizes and shapes and all of that. That's our bright pinks, GLS 1655. And then we've got 1764. Yep, we're doing a jump here. This is bubblegum pink. And so let's get some of these round beads out. Ooh, hold on. This one's a little more interesting than the others. I like that. And some of these are, they almost seem like they're rose quartz colored, but they're probably glass. That just looks like rose quartz. Oh, and then we are starting to head more into, because we've got these light pink colors, ranging from like peachy pink all the way through to like these light lilac-y purple colors. And then you have your luster, white luster ones, the ones that look like little pearls. And then you've got some really light baby pink pearl. These ones that look like they are rose quartz, but they are not. And then we've got some of these clear with the pink and white spatters, some hot pink with black spatters. This one's got more black than the other. Some regular hot pink, some gray, and just some light baby pink with blue spatter. Matte beads as well. Right, so that is in the 1764. There you go. Say the words in the right, or the numbers in the right order, Bex. That's how it goes. All right. And then we've got some green grains. This is the Emerald City bead mix. Can you guess why? Whoop. I gotta have an escapee. I'll need to go dive under the desk and pull that guy back out. Hold on. I'll grab this rondelle that didn't want to come out with everybody else. And I'll grab a scoop of the seed beads. Oh, guess those guys are coming too. Everybody wanted to come out of that box. So we've got some plain rounds. We've got some matte rounds with black spatter. You've got some that have green and pink spatter. Dark brown and white. And let's see what else. We've got our light green rondelles. And then seed bead wise, you've got some turquoise, greens, blues, and some of these have like, these are hot lime green lined crystal seed beads. Some aqua silver lined, a couple of white ones, and some gold ones as well. So that's another variety. It's the fun of a bead mix, is there's usually like a lot of different types of beads in it. And that's what this is fun, is just going through and finding out what's in these bead mixes. And again, that is 1765, the Emerald City bead mix. All right. I've taken up 2 rows on there. Let's pull out some more. This one is sparkling white. So we'll get some of these larger beads out here on the plate. Sparkling white should have... Oh, they've got butterflies, friends. No wonder I wanted this. Ooh, and the chips in this one are howlite. How fun is that? They have some crystals and some matte beads. And I'm just going to grab some seed beads, and we'll pull this up close so you can take a look. So, matte glass, some luster glass, some crackle glass, some opaque matte white, and some crystal colored beads, and then some butterflies in here with some white beads. Some of the white beads are just plain opaque white, and other ones have a luster finish. Some of the crystal beads have an AB finish on them, And then there are a few of them that are a darker, kind of a smoky color on that. Oh, I love that. That's a good bead mix. That's GLS 1766. I hope there's still some of those, friends. Some of them sold out, some of them have not. I do not know which ones are sold out and which ones are not. I have not looked them up yet, but this is a decent bead mix. I really like this one. That's the sparkling white bead mix. And then right behind it is Midnight Skies bead mix. And we may have seen this in one of the mini bundles or something in the past, or it might have been something else that made me think of this color, but let's grab some what are they called? Seed beads. Let's grab some of those. Hey, just trying to get some seed beads. The larger beads keep jumping into my scoop while I'm trying to scoop them out. Alright, so we've got some black crystal rondelles. We've got some various shades of splatter sort of beads. We've got a couple of matte black beads, some two-tone that are kind of blue and black. We've got our little column beads, and then our cylindrical beads, and then we've got our seed beads in various different sizes and shapes. Black, dark blue, moody blues, silver, and gold. So we've got a good variety of beads in this. Variety, that's the word when you have a bead mix, is having variety, that they all go together. And that one is GLS 1907 on that. Alright, so those are the 40-gram bags. The next ones are the 17-gram bags, and these ones are mostly seed beads. So this one, 5127. This is the dark blue bead mix, and these seed bead mixes are multi-size. So we're going to have, basically, this is the bead mix that was in with these. It's the same bead mix, it looks like. Which, you know, if I wanted more of this, I've got it right there in that MSB mixed seed beads, I guess. 5127. But here's a better look at the seed beads that come in that bead mix. I'll be putting these in there with the others because they absolutely fit in each of those sections pretty decently well. Alright, and then this is the orchid mix. It's another 17-gram bag. I don't think this was any of the large bead mix ones. No, it wasn't. Okay, so you've got everything from a 6-0 to an 11-0. And it looks like, no, that's not a peanut bead, that's just two seed beads who grew together. Orchid bead mix, everything from, is that a taupe lined? I don't know. But metallic orchid, I like that color. That is 1529. I should have put these guys in there with it. Alright, 1530 is violet mix. Let's just put, I don't need to scoop, I can pour. That's about the same sizes, but totally different colors. So you've got like these more lavender colors, and then these softer plum colors, some white luster, some clear beads, and some purple lined crystal beads. It's $15.30. Right. 51.31. That is the sapphire blue mix. This one's got some cobalt blue, some sky blue, and then some aqua beads. And they are very much like the 6.0s, are very uneven sizes and shapes. Like this one's much shorter than those ones are long. So this types of bead mixes aren't going to be great for doing like interlocking or specific bead weaving designs, but they would be really fantastic for some string projects that need like various organic shapes, colors, or you could go for, say, like a freeform peyote type of design where you are doing bead weaving, but it doesn't matter like the size or the shape. You just pick up whichever comes next and it just turns into whatever it turns into at the end of that. But that was $51.31 for that one. You know, I think I can fit 2 of these in one section. Ooh, I can. That is going to save me some space in here. And I'm just showing where I'm at with this. I've put 2 of each of these seed bead mixes together. These are the 17-gram ones. So they'll fit just fine. And this will close because those go down on top of it, but this is so far what I've got organized. All right, let's go through a few more bead mixes, friends. Dun, dun, dun. This is going to be a long video. All right, 51.32 is the Ocean Blue mix. Ooh, love this one. This has got silver and gold as well. And then we've got the medium blue, the light blue, and the deep blue, and some cobalt blue. Just a variety of colors. That's fun, actually. That's a really fun thing. You know what you could do is you could use them in like a bead embroidery design or something to be like on a background behind some other things where you just want some random scattered beads that go together but aren't necessarily all the same size or same shape or same color. That's 51.32. And I need to turn the page. Okay, here we go. This is Jungle Green. $51.33. This is sort of emerald isle kind of colors. Hold on. Those 2 are stuck together, and now they're not. Alright, so you've got some deep metallic emerald green, you've got some lighter turquoisey colors, you've got a few chartreuse, some just regular straight up green, a few white beads, some silver beads. And that is that seed bead mix. $51.33. And the next is the Forest Green mix, $51.34. This one is kind of lighter tones. So you're going to have more lime greens, some white beads, some silver tones, some mint green, and then some of your other green tones that you had in the other seed bead mix as well, with those same gold beads. I saw a post in the Facebook group for Bargain Bead Box. Somebody else got some of these bead mixes too. They sorted all of them, and that was just amazing to me. Absolutely enamored with like how their great sorting activity that they did with it. It was fantastic. I'm not sorting all of these, but I was impressed. So this one is 5136, and it is the citrus mix. And again, most of you are gonna be like, Becky, it's orange. Because I have expressed before on this channel, I'm not a big fan of orange. But you can't have like a rainbow without including orange. You can't have a sunset without including orange. You can't have citrus without including orange. So I have grown to love orange in specific situations. And in this case, look how citrusy this is. You've got your bright yellow crystal beads, you've got some silver beads, you've got a couple of peachy beads, and then you've got your bright neon orange lined seed beads, and then just some regular tangerine colored seed beads to go with it. These are fantastic. Maybe I should do some tutorials with some of these bead mixes. What do you guys think? Shall I do some? Just some fun, easy to do, don't have to think about it too hard sort of designs, so that you can just take advantage of the mix and the fun and the whimsy that comes with the bead mix. So this one is 5137, and I love this one. This woodland mix. I mean, honestly, I just love this one. It's so pretty. Where is the one? I think there was one of them that had something similar. No, I can't find it. There it is. It's this one. That's the one. This woodland mix went with these browns. Amazing. But yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's the soft pink colors and the burgundy colors coming in with all of these beige colors. And I'm not usually a beige guy, but I love them with these pops of these other colors. I really do. And sometimes you need a good neutral to accompany your other colors, and beige is a good one. It is. I like it. That woodland mix. Right, next we've got the rose red mix. Let's get a good scoop of that. I believe this one goes with that as well. Yep, the same beads that we've got in this, we've got in that other mix. So having these means that I can expand or have more of those seed beads to use with these, except this one has these bright orange beads in it, and I don't think we had bright orange in here. Nope, I don't see any bright orange beads. Oh, wait, there, one, two, a couple. There are. They're just way down at the bottom, so I missed them when I was showing them before. Interesting. Okay. 5138. Alright, now this next one, I actually got two of them, and I bet you can tell why I got two of these. Is anyone surprised at all that I did this? It is the magenta mix. Oof. $51.39. I'm not going to open both of these. We'll just do one of them. This is, again, the one that goes with this magenta sort of bead mix with the bigger beads. You've got some soft pinks, you've got some bright pinks, you've got some purple colors, some white, some crystal, and some silver. And you've got these purple line crystal ones over here on the other side. So you've got the entire magenta spectrum. The magentrum. Does that work? Spectrum. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and put both of these together into the same little slot since it fits two of these at a time in my organizer. And now these next ones are some seed bead and bugle bead mixes. And so I'm going to start with this one. It is the Rainbow Iris one. It's 30 grams in here. And this one is $51.41. And I'm going to do a good little scoop of here with these guys. Let's get some of them on here so we can see what we've got in here with these bugles. So you've got some short twisted bugles, some short straight bugles. You've got some longer bugles, either short or twisted. And some of them have rainbow iris on them, some of them do not. Some of them are just seed beads, but you've got some 6/0, 8/0, and 11/0 seed beads in this mix. Looks like we've got some silver ones as well, just to add a little bit extra oomph. Those are some 6/0s. That is $51.41. That fits very nicely in there. Alright, $51.42. This is a seed bead and bugle mix, but it looks like we don't have any long bugles in here. All of these bugles are short. So that's where we get these little pink lined cylinder beads. So they are our little bugle beads. We've got some ballerina pink 6/0s. We've got some dark fuchsia 11/0s, some other pink 11/0s, and then these little bugles, and then some silver lined crystal beads to go with it. And that's $51.42. It's the bright pink mix. And then this one is $51.44. It is the sky blue mix. This one has some long bugles. Bugles can be really fun. They can provide structural elements in bead weaving. They can also give you some faux illusion necklace things if you string them between some larger beads. Then it looks like they're just strung right on to a necklace or something like that. So we've got some more short ones, but then we definitely have these long ones. I'm not seeing as many twisted ones in this mix. We've got some white luster 6/0s, but then with the rest of them, it looks like are these really pretty aqua blue AB with a couple of these opaque blue 6/0s as well. Looks like there's some silver lined seed beads. Alright, $51.44. Let me get out the other beads that we want to go through. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the rest of this order. We have the spring green bugle mix. And these were, again, 30-gram bags. And in this one we've got both sort of a chartreuse yellow and a white luster, 6/0 seed bead, some emerald green silver lined seed beads, some regular green, just like Kelly green, I guess. That's a good green for it. Opaque beads. And then we've got our bugles, both opaque and silver lined green. And again, it's short and long for both of those. So that is quite a few of those. And this one, did I get the number for that one? It's 5145 for that one. And this gold one is 5146. I love the gold color for this bugle mix. It's like short and long bugles, twisted bugles, silver lined, 6/0s, 8/0s, and 11/0s. Maybe they're 10/0s. I don't know. They're small guys. They're just little guys. And that's fine. So that's the gold mix. $51.46. And this is $51.47. It is the bronze mix. And the bronze mix contains a few unexpected colors you might not have expected to see in a bronze mix, where you've got like the bronze colored bugles and seed beads, but you've also got some silver and dark red luster seed beads as well. Oop, and is that an orange one? Or coral color? Maybe it got in there by mistake. But there we go. Spooky. That is $51.47. $51.48 is the red mix. This one's got short and long bugles with some light pink 8/0s, some looks like yellow, maybe taupe luster, I don't know, kind of a sandy color. 6/0s with some clear crystally red 6/0s, some silver lined red 6/0s, and some opaque dark red 6/0s. But then you've got some of the same colors in your 11/0 bits. And then you've got the short and the long bugles with all of those. These are fun seed bead mixes. $51.48. $51.49. Ugh, they're so pink. This is the rose mix. And this is just a super gorgeous, like, purpley rose. And for this one, the bugles are sort of medium sized. You don't have very long bugles. You've got some very short ones and then some sort of medium sized bugles. No twisted ones, but you've got these like orchid lined beads, but they all have this luster finish on them. So this one's not so much variety in color as it is variety in shape and size. That was $51.49 again. And then this one, obviously I got two of them. It's $51.53. And these are, it looks like the same beads that you see in this mix from that. So that was the 1764. It's like if you wanted the seed beads, but not all the other beads that went with it, just get this instead. If they're still there. Which, again, I do not know if they are still there or not, but you can look it up. And just like with the others, I think the coolest part of this are these purple lined beads that kind of just add just a soft pop of a totally different color. Let's get both of these into organizer. Oop, hold on. Yep. And then this is the coffee mix of the seed beads. Was this one of them? Yes. That was this first one. I don't know why these ended up at the end of my order instead of mixed in with the other seed bead mixes, but that's alright. I'm just putting them in the order that they were packaged. Actually, we already looked at this, so it's 51.54 if you need the number. I would like to move along to these other parts of this order because most of them were bead mixes and seed beads and stuff like that, but I also got these enameled dog pendants. It's 20 millimeters in size, and these ones have different styles of dogs. You've got some little corgis, you've got some fluffy white boys, you've got some fluffy brown boys, you've got some husky looking guys, you've got some spotted dogs, you've got some red dogs with white coloring. These are super cute. It's on the other side where we're looking at these, and they have enamel on them. This is PNDT 3648 for these good boys and girls. And then this is more dog pendants, 3649. And this one's got different shapes for them, different sizes, more German Shepherds, more Labs, more Corgis, more Terriers. All of these little guys. And they are super cute. The back is pretty much the same as the others. 3649. And then these are some antique copper spacers. They are nickel free. It's always nice too when you've got something that is on sale, this $20.94. Just nab it when you know that it's something that you'll be using. It's something that goes into the findings stash for that. So let me grab my next order and I'll get that all organized here and I'll be right back. Okay, so I gathered up my next order. This is a totally separate order from the one we just looked at. This one was on the 5th of March. And so we're going to take a look at these right away. Looks like we have some bead caps, we've got some findings, and some more bead mixes. Now these are different bead mixes than the ones that we already looked at. So I am including them here. I did also in this order get a few duplicates of the other bead mixes that we already looked at. I've pulled them out so we're not looking at the same bead mixes twice in this video. For this order, my freebie was some Lumashina chain. That's these chains that are all twisted up and interlocked like this. And I love this chain. It's so chunky and funky. But this was my freebie, so thank you for my freebie. Alright, so let's take a look at this. We're going to start at the beginning. So we've got some bead caps to get through first. The first one are these 1171 Lotus bead caps. And these ones are ones that have sort of are double-sided. One side is bigger and one side is smaller. So these would fit really nicely between large and small beads, like say a 10 millimeter and an 8 millimeter or something like that. They're really cute. They'll give you a little corset look between some of the beads, and I think they're just fabuloso. So I got some of these because I love little double-sided bead caps. They're super fun to be able to create with. That's $11.71. And then these are some other bead caps, $11.72. These are enameled bead caps. And this one is silver and pink. They are 11 millimeters in size, and there are 4 of them in this bundle. And then this one is blue and silver, and it's $11.73. And I don't know if these are sold out yet or not, but I think they were not going to last long when I got them. They're really cute. They've got these little flowers. Look at the little flowers, guys. Is that not the cutest? Super cute. And then I cannot resist getting some 4 millimeter bicones in different colors. This is Jet AB, and then we have White AB. Jet AB is $39.71. White AB is $39.72. We've got some Slate Gray AB, $39.73. And then this is the part that is the funnest for me, because like I love colors. This is $39.75, and it is this, oh, what is it? Sky blue? That's it. Sky blue, and this is dark cornflower blue. Can I say words? No, I cannot say words. $39.76, cornflower blue. And all of these have that AB finish on them. So I'm not taking them out of the package because we're just gonna flash them on here real quick. $39.80 is teal green. And then $39.81 is peach. And they all are AB, so you can see that AB on there. Then we have yellow AB and orange AB. And this is like a vermilion-y kind of a color. This $39.84. It's tangerine is the color. Or, yeah, this one was tangerine, and this one is orange. And then this one is dark coral red AB. And there was another that was like an indigo color that I wanted to get a full spectrum of beads for a little rainbow project, but they had sold out when I went to purchase all of these, so I got what I could. And I've got a little rainbow of some AB 4 millimeter bicones that I can do little projects with. I'm excited about that. I'm keeping those together. Alright, and I have been slowly over the last little while, when they put them up for sale, been collecting these little tortoiseshell glass beads, and these two were these really long drops. These are check glass beads, $66.99. You've got the blue tortoiseshell, and then $77.32 is the brown tortoiseshell, or just regular tortoiseshell color. And they've been having other shapes in these same colors, and I've been slowly collecting all of those. So I'm going to be, I don't know, putting them together when I can, and maybe making myself a little collection with my little blue or regular tortoiseshell beads and that sort of thing. I have kind of a teal blue, it's leopard print, but it's blue instead of like leopard print sweater. That's one of my favorite things to wear. And I think that these would be really cool to wear with it. That's just a little thing about me that you just learned right now. So those are cute and fun. And where are we going? Oh yes. This is one of my favorite things about this. Okay, let's get to our bead caps. Yeah, so these are some more double-sided bead caps, the 1169. Like I said, I like the other ones. The other ones had an uneven size. One side was big and one side was little, and it also had more scalloped edges. These are absolutely just right there cups for these double-sided bead caps. Love this type and style, and I am going to have some fun doing cool things with these. So 1169, it's antique silver. They were what is it, 8 by 7 millimeters. So we've got those, and then we got some lotus bead caps. Oh, wait a minute, are these the same ones, the 1170? Did I get these twice? Once at the beginning and once at the end? Oh no, this is 1171 and this is 1170. Okay, what's the difference? This is 8 by 5 and this one is 10 by 6. Okay, so these are like these but larger, and it's the same style, just bigger, where you've got one side that's smaller and one side that's larger on these bead caps. So big and little. Perfect. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for one of the main reasons why I put this order in? It is because of these dinosaur charms, and I believe the dinosaur charms are sold out. Sorry that you're getting to this late, but look at this Brachiosaurus. It is 23 by 21 millimeters in size. There is a whole pack of them in here. There's 6 of them in here. So I've got my little Brachiosaurus. And then let me get out my next one. These are the pterodactyls. It is 5566. I'll bring them up closer once I've got all 3 of these guys on here. And then the next one is, where is he? A Stegosaurus. I love this. I am 100% going to be making, I don't know if it'll be a necklace or bracelet or something using these dinosaurs in a video, because I need to do dinosaur facts. But yeah, 5567. And there are some more that weren't in this order, but were in another order of these dinosaur ones, like a T-Rex one and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, so you, Stegosaurus. Look at this little guy. Look at our Brachiosaurus. We got almost all the guys from the Land Before Time right there. And this pterodactyl can go front or back on that. So you can have mirrored dinosaur earrings, because you could have one guy looking this way and then the other guy looking the other way and all of that. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm trying to decide if I want to use like some fossil coral with these in the thing that I'm going to be making, or maybe petrified wood, or maybe both. Why not both, right? So let me get my little dino buddies put away. These are so fun. I love them so much. Love them. I am so excited about these dinosaurs. I love them. Okay, but yeah, dinosaur facts. Okay. And then we have these filigree links. I got them in 3 different colors. I got it in antique silver. There are 2 in each of these, and the antique silver is 5604. Antique gold in 5605. Antique bronze in 5606. And antique copper in 5607. So I got all 4 of these. And that is what they look like on the other side. but I thought these were really cool and cute looking, and they can be used as a connector this way, or you might be able to use some of these other holes along the sides and connect other things, chandelier link, or just do some really fun things with these links. They already have a bit of a curve to them, so they would make a great focal on a bracelet, because, you know, you want your focals to curve because your wrist is round. It is a round object as far as body parts go. But yeah, these are super fun. Just excited to get these. All right. And then this little guy right here, this 5642 right at the front, this is a little enamel donut charm. That's a teeny guy, but take a look at this guy right there like that. You need to do some fun things maybe as a connector. It doesn't have any other holes in it, except for that one hole right there at the front. Okay, these are cool. These are 1734 UV reactive glass. So they're supposed to be white with a pastel mix, so they are color changing. I guess in the sunlight they'll change color. I don't have any sunlight right here at my desk right now, so we're not going to see that color change happening unless I go plug in my UV lamp that I use for nails, but that's somewhere else and not at my desk. Aren't they? These are really cool. I love interesting and cool beads and glass, you know, like UV color changing glass, or like radioactive glass or something. Uranium glass, not radioactive. It's just cool. It's just fun. Okay, now I've got more bead mixes. Alright, so I'm not allergic to nickel, so I was okay with spending money on unknown origin findings. Just have to make sure that they are either tested before I make something for my sister with them, or just not use them for things for my sister. But there's a variety of different things in here, like some little bits of chain that you can use as extender chain. Bead caps. A lot of these are like the little brass filigree type of bead caps. You've got like one big honkin' one. I don't know what you'd use that for with this bead mix, but it's really interesting. Couple of charms. This would be great for making some earrings with, because you've got some head pins as well, and some eye pins. The eye pins are, they've got loops on one end, and then you make other loops with the rest of it. You've also got a couple of bead frames. These don't feel like they are metal at all. They feel like they are acrylic or plastic. These are not even metal, these ones. I think that one might be metal. But yeah, these aren't even, I don't think this is either. Maybe it is. But yeah, so we've got some different types of beads, like some crackle glass. We've got two-toned crackle glass and stuff in this one. So this one, by the way, is 1767, and that is the black cherry bead mix. So let me get this put away. Alright, this might make things go a little bit faster, but this one, 1768. It's also got these not quite metal bead frames, but several more of them than the other one did. Like I've got 2 circles, a heart, 2 of the little flowers. Ooh, 3 flowers. But you've got more of these inexplicably large bead caps, and then some of these other ones that fit on there. The charms are a little bit smaller in number. There's just the one. Then you still have some chain. And the eye pins and head pins. These are some ridiculously short head pins, man. Like, let me see how much is left after that. That would probably be just enough to make a loop with on one of these. Oh, there's another heart. It fits inside the first one. And I imagine maybe these were like a scoop or something. So if you got the same bead mix, you might have a different variety of findings there with that. And what I'm doing with these for now is I'm going ahead and putting them in one of these. I took out a couple of sections so that these larger things would fit, again, in this 36 grid organizer. And what I might do is pull out all of the findings later and sort them and organize them separately, and then just have the beads after that. Here's some of the those what were they called? Those bugle seed bead mixes on that side. So I'm just sticking these in here for now, just to get them out of the way. All right, so 1769, because I know words. Looks like it's pretty similar to the last one. Oh, that's kind of a cool little charm. This little bunny. Is there 2 of them? Or just the one? I don't know. But there's a couple of bead frames, more of the same things that we had before with these cool blues. And this is the cornflower. The other one was lilac. This is cornflower. That's the number for that. This one is the sea foam. And I'm trying to see if there's anything different in this one than the others. Not seeing a whole lot that's different. Maybe a big old jump ring. So it looks like we've got some extra jump rings in this one. Tons of these chain segments in this. Like, that's a really long piece of chain. And these are curb chain. But yeah, these might be interesting or fun to play around with. I keep having escapees. I'm going to be clearing out the space under my desk after this, just picking up all of these beads that have been rolling away from me while I'm trying to pack them into here. So that was sea foam. Alright, and then these ones I think are the next. And these are what they're calling bead and pearl mixes. So this first one is black tie. This one has seed beads as well as some of these other ones, but it's different from those ones that we saw earlier that were just the same size of larger bead, and then some very big variety of seed beads, because it looks like these are all mostly 11 seed beads in here, but you've got a lot of different sizes and shapes and colors for some of these other beads. I'm just trying to grab a little variety of some of these guys, like some Jet AB. You've got some of those, and then this is the seed bead mix that goes along with that. That one is glass 1771 for that black tie one. I'm gonna get this scooped up. Alright, we're scooped up. And that's 1771 for the black tie mix. And this is 1772. It is sugar plum. And there's just a much broader variety of beads, so it's harder for me to pull out just a few to show you. I really am feeling like I need to pop the whole thing down there and pick up a couple to move them closer. That's a drop. And these are all lined. Most of them, yep, they're all lined. So some of them are not lined though. They're just the regular AB, but they have an crystal AB with some of these 11 seed beads there. They might be 10, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell the difference just looking at them between 10 seed beads and 11 seed beads. You know what I mean? Okay. That was Sugar Plum. This is Ocean Cruise. And again, this type of bead mix would be amazing in this type of design where you just random beads separated by the seed beads, because you've got plenty of these seed beads. And then pearls and crystals and the different colors and even some different shapes give it a really lovely eclectic look. And the fact that all of them are sort of coordinated to go together means that it would still be cohesive. But yeah, these are definitely oceany vibes going on with these ones. Let me get this scooped. 1773. It's the Ocean Cruise. And this one is Emerald Coast. All of these different colors. I love that they're changing up the shapes with this one a little bit with some of these cubes and things. Let me get the scoop. 1774. Emerald Coast. And then we've got Topaz Glam for the next one. I love this. Look at all of those amber colors. Gold and bronze and amber. And then such a fun variety on those seed beads. This would be absolutely delightful to create with, I think. I'm getting ideas for it already, actually. What a fun mix. But yeah, let me get this scooped up. That topaz one is $17.75. We've got $17.76. That is Hollywood Red Carpet. Let's get some of these up here so you can see the variety of other beads. Ooh. Some fun cuts. Got some fuchsia ones in there too. And these seed beads are like fire. Oh. Little coin bead. They're like fire. Some darker red in there too. Gorgeous. Sorry, I'm just playing with beads. I love beads. I love sorting beads. These are fun. These are super fun. Be fun to use. A couple of these as focals or something. And sprinkle those seed beads in between them. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. $17.76. Let's get these scooped. Hollywood Red Carpet going away. Alright, and then the last one of our bead and pearl mixes. I believe, yep. The last one of those is here. And that one is Pink Champagne Glass Bead Mix. This one's got more than just pink for these colors. You've got like a purple, dark pink, light pink, but then you've got a few other surprising colors too, like the yellow and the orange and a couple of these others. Ooh, this one is red. Look at all of those colors that you get in this mix. How fun is that? Some rose lane colors. Ooh. Darker pink pearl. Some bicones. Some drops. And then those seed beads to go with it. I gotta tell you, if I found this in a bag when I was like 8, I would have thought this was treasure. This is absolutely treasure. Alright, let me get this scooped and then we'll take a look at this last one from this order. And that one was $17.76 for that really fun pink champagne bead mix. Alright, and this is $17.78, and these are these moon face beads. They are matte metallic blue, 14 millimeters. They are coin-shaped beads, so there's a little hole that goes through the top all the way down to the bottom. And this is, again, $17.78. And this was my second order. That I am going through. I'll be right back with my third. Okay, and so I think this was actually an order that I placed before the other two because this was the 26th. The first one I shared with you was the 27th, and then the one that I just shared prior to this one was the 4th of March. So it was end of February, beginning of March for all of these. But yeah, so this one was one that was, I think, before all of those, but we'll just go through that. And this was my freebie for this order. Looks like some either glass rondelles or gemstone rondelles. I'm not sure which ones they are, but they're this really light lemonade-y color. Really beautiful, gorgeous little beads. So thank you again for my little free gift. Alright, now there were these rope-edged round bead caps. They are 8 millimeters in size. And these were like on special or something, so I got them for pretty cheap, but it's cap. 1004 for both of those. I got 2 of them. And then I got some 6 millimeter faceted bicones in light peridot. And then some 6 millimeter faceted bicones in peridot grains. So light peridot and peridot. Let's just pull a little bit of this out here next to the first. So you can see that difference in color between the peridot and the light peridot on those. So the light peridot is 40-42 and the peridot is 40-43. We've got some check glass over here. These are table cut cushion beads in light rose and a trapezoid bead in pink silk. I think these might have been some of the ones in, you know how they had like weekly specials or monthly specials or something, where I was like, yeah, no, I want to get some of that. So the cushion cut beads are $63.20. The trapezoid bead is $66.92. But this is a focal, because it's a very large bead, and it's got this hole drilled along the side here, so you can string it along. It's a focal bead, so you can use it. You can use it for focal-y things. I can't remember if I was wanting to add these to or use them with my Bargain Bead Box from February, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. Ooh, then they had these. These were really cool. So, $72.44. Pebbled mint table cut marquees. I just love the way these look, and I'm sure I've gotten them like in a bead mix or something else before, but they are just such a fun bead color and shape. I wanted more of them, so that's what I got there. $72.44. And it wouldn't be those without some of these. Oh yeah, I think both of these were in like a mini bundle or something that we got last year, and that's why they were clearance priced. $73.63 for these Hawaiian beads. It's turquoise with ionic brown crackle. That's super fun. And we've got a top drilled pendant. Oop, these guys got all turned around. Yep, and this is $76.52. It's peridot green, and it's drilled on the side just like that trapezoid was. It's nice and clear. It is check glass. It's 30 millimeters by 18, so nice and fun like that. And then I got one in pink silk as well. It's the same type of bead. It's just a different color of glass, so it's got that side drilled on that. It is $76.59 for that one. And then grabbed these little teardrop beads. I thought they would look great with that peridot pendant, actually. $76.63. They are also side drilled, but they are much smaller, so they would be fun. Keep 2 aside for earrings, then use the other 4 with the other on a necklace. Really easy stringing thing. Be definitely worth it to put that together. Alright, but they are 18 by 12 millimeters in size, so much smaller. In fact, I'm going to put these together when they go into my stash so that I know that they were meant to be. Alright. And then these are fancy bicones. $10.98. About 11 pieces of these. They are 11 millimeters in size, and they've got this fluted glass for these bicone shapes. I just love cool check glass like this. It's really fun to play with and fun to make things with, and I like just looking at them sometimes too. This is an odd bag to put that in. That's okay. Alright, then next we've got some pearl links. I think that's these ones here. Yep. So these are just glass pearls. With some simple loops on either end with some wire. On this one is Find 1762. It is the romantic mix. So you've got some red, pink, and white pearls. And then 1763 is the peach mix. You've got white, peach, and a more peachy pink. These make it really easy to just put them together, and I'll immediately have a pearl necklace chain, or string it with some other links between them or something like that. This is the forest mix. It is 1764. We've got white, light, and dark green. Oh, actually, is that an even darker green? Oh, it is. It is. 4 different colors for these pearl links. $17.65. This is a lilac mix. I think I was having my, I updated my cable to a, or not cable, my my internet. I get, I have a fiber internet, and they upgraded me to a faster bandwidth on the day that this was delivered. And so I did not have time or energy to do anything with it, so it kind of sat there for a little while until I was able to get to it. So I'm glad that I was able to get to these now. $17.65. And then $17.66 is the Ocean Mix. We've got dark blue, light blue, aquatic blue, and that one's more of an ivory than a white for that pearl color. $17.66. Right. And then we've got these enameled shell charms. I like how sparkly these are. Let me bring them up to the camera and you can see this sparkle. There's like glitter in the enamel. These are $18.15. So I'm just going to wiggle it so that you can see that sparkle traveling across these green guys right there. And I've got one of them turned upside down so you can see what the back looks like. Alright. And now we've got some tube bales, and I actually got these in several different colors. So let's get these all brought out and get one of each of them on this plate so I can bring them up at the same time. The first one is $25.36, and this is antique copper, or dark antique copper, I should say. So that's this one there. And then turning to the next page. There we go. $25.37 is kind of a matte gold. And these are 2mm holes on here, so they'll fit pretty much. Wait, is it 2mm loop? It's 8 by 5mm for the actual size of this. And I believe these will actually fit on silver silk. Do I have any on my desk to be able to play around with? Maybe, maybe not. I'll have to check later, but it is a useful thing to have if you're playing around with silver silk for that. And then we've got a $25.38. It's this one. It's silver. And then antique gold on the $25.39. These are the sort of things that you would probably put in one of those, like an organizer like this or something, so that you could have them all in one place. Or, actually, I think I've got one here. One of these little guys. yeah, why did I put away these 2 bales while I am organizing this? Okay, so the dark antique copper was $25.36. Let's put those in there. The matte gold is $25.37. Silver is $25.38. Antique gold is $25.39. Bronze is $25.40. I'm not going to open those. And then we've got, I guess, a lighter copper. Light antique copper. It's $28.10. So here's the dark antique copper and the light antique copper. I'm not seeing a huge difference, but you can kind of tell a difference when they're in mass form for these guys. But with these, you would string that on like a piece of leather or some silver silk, and then use that loop to attach a charm or a pendant or something else like that to it. So this is the regular gold, matte gold, and this is the antique gold. So antique gold goes in there, matte gold goes in there, dark copper goes there, light copper goes there, bronze. Where did I put the bronze? Did I put the bronze in here? Where did I put the bronze? Did I set it over here with the findings bags? I did. I set it over there with the findings bags. That one was the bronze one. There we go. So, haha. Now I can keep them in here. Perfect. All right. Let's keep going because we still have a few more things to look at. A few more things that I am kind of excited to share with y'all because, what are these? Caps. Not those. These. Those were dinosaurs. These are Triceratops pendants. They're antique silver. And these are the T-Rexes. And here's the thing is, I thought I had ordered all of the dinosaurs in this order. So when it came and I found that I had only ordered the T-Rex and the Triceratops, that's when I put in that other order that I shared with you that showed all of those other dinosaurs that I got to make some things with. And so again, there's 10 of each of these. Or sorry, 6 of each of these in the packs. They are double-sided, so you can have them facing each other on there. My little stegosaur, my little tarnosaur. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a little project with y'all so we can have dinosaur facts and make some dinosaur charm bracelets or something. I am going to figure that out. I'm going to have some fun with it. If any of you got some of these too, let me know what you made with your dinosaur findings. But I love these guys. I am so happy that I got them. Ah! That's my favorite. And then I got some dragonfly charms, and these came in 3 different colors. So let me grab one of each of these as well. So I've got antique silver. That's the 5569. Like that. I have light gold, that's the 5570. And then I've got antique gold. And this one is 5571. So that's light gold and antique gold. One is more yellow than the other. This one's a warmer, just a different kind of gold color. fun. That is fun. I love these guys. They're 18 by 17 millimeters, by the way, if you're looking for sizes. And there were 10 in each of these bags. Alright, now these findings I wanted to get because they are really interesting to me. They're these, like, sort of loop, scallopy kind of findings. I think they might be really great to use in, like, maybe some bead weaving sort of designs, or if you're making something that you need to do a couple of attachment points to, or even having like some chandelier type of scenarios. So you could take this one that is like 3 to 2, right? Which is find 5573. That's the 3 to 2. And I've got a couple of those. And then we've got these others that are 5574, 2 to 1. So let me grab one of those 2 to 1s. But let's say I had some dangles attached to the 3 to 2 connector. 1, 2, 3, just some little drops. And then I had 2 links linking the 3 to 2 to the 2 to 1. Then another little link linking that to an ear wire. And then I would have a very swingety, very structured, very chandelier-y kind of a creation for some earrings. And that would be really fun to make, really cool to make. Grab some of those. Bicones, the crystal bicones, make some drops with them, and have them do those really fun types of things. So I thought these were some pretty unique findings, and I definitely wanted to get some so I could play around with them. I'm not sure if these are still in stock right now or not, but that is the idea behind some of these. But again, like with the 2 to 1, let's say you were stitching a little bracelet and you wanted to be able to connect 2 of those to both ends of your bracelet you're stitching, and then just connect your connector to a single loop. So those 2 to 1s could be used for multiple things, and so could the 3 to 2s. And so I got that in these, the 5573 and 5574. Those are the antique gold ones, or is it antique gold? Gold plated. These are stainless steel. These are the 3 to 2. It's 5574, or 5575, I should say, for that stainless steel one with the 3 to 2, which is just like the other one. It's just a different color metal. And then 5576 is the 2 to 1 connector in stainless steel. So both of these were really interesting. I wanted to get them for having fun reasons, and I've got somebody's hair stuck to my sticker. That's fine, we're tossing that. Alright, and then we've got some swirled links. This is stainless steel. It's 5620. They're just cool. They're just cool looking. I like really cool looking things. What's fun about this is you've got like the plain, flat, rounded side, and then you've got a textured side. So like you could choose which direction you wanted to go with these swirly links. They're just little spirally guys. I think that they would be super fun to use like in a necklace design or in some earring designs. They're not super heavy, so they're stainless steel, but they're not they're not as light as like plastic or acrylic would be, but they're still fairly lightweight. So that is 5620 for the stainless steel ones. And then I got the same thing in this gold plated, and that one is, again, you got that same texture on the back side, that smooth round side on the front. 56.21. I can't decide if I like the smooth round side or the textured side the most. I think the textured side has personality. You know what I mean? Personality. Ooh, and then there's this. The Sun and Wave pendants. These are laser cut stainless steel. These guys are super, super nice. I think these would be fun to stitch around to make some earrings with some seed beads. And then have this really cool little sun and wave thing in the middle of it. I'm not sure if I would do aqua and yellow maybe? I don't know. I'll have to think about what colors I'd want for that, but that is 56.23 for these. They are 27 by 23 millimeters, by the way. But yeah, they'd be so much fun to stitch around. And then find 56.26. These are just some shamrock charms. Again, I got these before St. Patrick's Day. I ordered them in February, but I was busy that day, so I just didn't do anything. Now, if you notice, these shamrock charms are just 4 little hearts, and that's actually how I paint shamrocks. Like, I paint a little heart, and then I turn my paper, and I paint another little heart, and then I turn my paper, and then I paint another little heart, and then I turn my paper, and it makes a shamrock. It's super easy to make shamrocks like that. Again, 56.26. Alright, now we've got some gemmies. Yay! I don't know. Are these the first gemstones in this entire haul? Probably, but look at these gorgeous green gems. Again, St. Patrick's Day was on its way. These are dyed agate. They are dyed and heated. It's translucent, green, semi-translucent. It's an 8mm, 15-inch strand. And it has got some great colors on some of these beads. 7150 is the name on that one, the number on that one. And then 7153 are more 8mm green agate, semi-translucent. I guess the difference between this one and this one is this is apple green and this is just regular green. I guess they were a good price, so you know, you can't be mad about that. And then this is 7176. And this is green and white dyed agate. More 8mm. I don't know. I think there might have been more white in one of the other ones. But, got some deeper greens, I think, in this one. They're just rounds. I could probably mix all of those together and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so then we've got some patterned glass round beads. Is this... Where are they? 1067. Oh yeah, they've got like the etching on them. We've got crystal and silver crackle with the 1076. I just thought they were cool. The silver crackle. Also, they were probably inexpensive. Maybe they were in... Was this part of the spring clearance? Maybe it was part of the spring clearance. I'm trying to remember. I think there was a spring cleaning sort of special that they put on. And that's where some of these hauls came from. It's just now hitting me that that's what these were from. These are like a rainbow iris. 1084, but they still have like that crackle coating on them. Honestly, I think these two would go great in the same design, because you'd have like just the matte gray and then you'd have little pops of peacock color. Surprising everyone, coming out of nowhere. Oh, this next one. Do you remember how in that last order I had that UV reactive glass? I got more of it here, so yay. Again, it's not reactive yet. This is white with pastel color. Pastel mix. Okay, so the other one was white and pastel pink, and this is white and pastel color mix. I got two of them. It is $17.34 for that one. So these would be a lot of fun to make on something you were going to take, I don't know, somewhere where you're going to be in the sun a lot, like on vacation or going to a festival or something like that. Alright, then we've got some, these are those little tulip packs where you get your angel wing beads in green, because then they look like little leaves. And then you've got some pressed glass flower beads, so that when you put them on a head pin or something, this is my or something. You have a little flower, just automatically, all together. So these are really, really, really cute, because you've got this gold shimmer on this really light yellow bead. But these are super cute. I love these. I never do anything with them, but I love them. $15.19. You know what? I gotta challenge myself to do something with these beads sometime this, you know what? I'm gonna be doing earrings every day, so we're gonna make some little tulip earrings at one point sometime this week using my little haul video, guys. That's what we're gonna do. Alright, now I've got some lampwork beads, which are super fun. We've got some of these green glow lampwork beads, which have glow-in-the-dark accents. I love that. Like I said, I love beads that have like something cool or special with them. And I think, did these go? Were these in one of the things? I don't know. But it is lamp 631 for the number. But yeah, glow-in-the-dark beads, UV color change beads. They're all super cool. Ooh, you know what would be cool? Would be to use these and those color change beads in the same design, because then when you went out into the sun, it would change one color, and then when you went inside where the dark was, if they turned off the lights, then you'd have some glowing too. That would be so cool. Just completely, the jewelry would change no matter like what the lighting situation was like. Alright, and then we've got some oval barrel beads, which are so cool, these lampwork beads. This is an oval barrel focal bead, lavender floral. This is 42 by 14, and that is $7.19 for the number. And then I got a second one too. This is $7.21, or $7.20, not $7.21. It says right there, $7.20. And they are both just absolutely gorgeous. Lampwork glass with these little flowers along the sides and little swirls. Fantastic, gorgeous focal beads. Adore, 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 adore. Alright, then we've got some 4mm droops. What was this for? Okay. They're this rosaline color. It's one of my favorite colors of check glass. It's just so pretty. Alright. And then what's the next one? Oh, the green aventurine turtle necklace. I love turtles. I used to have a turtle necklace that I wore all the time, everywhere. And I lost it in the mountains in Arizona when I was out doing hiking and stuff like that, and I've missed it every day since then. But there we go, little turtle guy with green aventurine. I love green aventurine. But then you've got a more green aventurine. This is a triple stone pen. Oh, sorry, that was 26.52, and this is 26.86. This triple stone pendant with more green aventurine. Yes, this was definitely something that I was probably wanting to use with the February Bargain Bead Box. I'm just thinking of the timing for purchasing these. Alright, then we have this enameled teal mushroom garden pendants. They're gold. Are they not the most adorable? The most adorable. Look how pretty those are. So pretty. And then we've got some bow textured cylinder spacers. That's these guys here. I got 2 of them. Like 86 cents each. I love spacers like this that give you some personality. But yeah, they are $11.29 for that one. And for some reason this one wasn't showing up. 11.03. Cap. Oh, there we go. Nope. I don't know where this one came from, but 11.03, there's these little trumpety guys. And I like when you can have one of these sort of separating out between like a smaller bead and a bigger bead, because then you've got like the flow out in the way that your eyes move along the strand is really cool for these bead caps. Alright, I'll put links in the description to the organizers that I was using. We'll also have links to Bead Box Bargains and to Bargain Bead Box, because if you are not a subscriber, you are missing out. And as a subscriber, you get 30% off at the Bead Box Bargains shop, which is where all of these came from. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to share with you. Let me know for sure if you want to see some tutorials using those bead mixes, because, you know, I've got ideas. I've got ideas with some of those. And also look forward, if you want to, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified when I do my dinosaur bracelets, because it's going to be really fun. We'll have dinosaur facts. It'll be a blast. Wait, there was something. There was this little Unikite mini bundle that I needed to share with y'all. I said I would do this afterwards, so I'll need to put a little flashing warning sign on the screen or something to let people know to go ahead and wait on this. I actually quite like this a lot because it's very like greens, but also these rich mahogany colors for this. Okay, so this was a mini bundle that they had for sale. Just a little Unikite mini bundle. $37.54 for this pendant. Let's pull that out first and bring it up here. I actually quite like the colors of this pendant. Unikite isn't my favorite gemstone, but there's sometimes really beautiful things that you can see within a Unikite stone. Like this, we've got just a little bit of orange over here on the side, but with the rest you've got some really gorgeous patterning in this avocado green with a little bit of olive green mixed in too. And then we've got some side drilled check glass leaves. This does not have a number on it. I think most of these don't actually. least a couple of them do. And it does have a little light travertine wash on it. And again, these are side drilled with a hole right there at the top. We've got some brios. These are kind of a metallic, not quite copper, but metallic red. They are drilled side to side through one of the points. And this gemstone, I do not know what this is, and I do not have a sheet that tells me what it was. But they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Love how many different colors you can find in these. 10mm beads? They feel 10mm-y to me. We do have some English cut crystals or star cut crystals. This light topaz color with an AB finish. Look at all that sparkle for this mini bundle. And then we had a couple of drops. These are some filigree drops that we've seen in some bargain bead boxes before. I believe we got some like this in the, was it September or November? Maybe it was August bargain bead box last year. But I'm not mad about that. I love antique copper. And actually, would this work? No, it's the wrong size and the, oh, unless that fits very nicely right there with that hole. And this curve is almost perfect. I bet you could glue this on here. No, I'm not going to ruin that. Not after talking about what gorgeous patterning there is on that Unikite stone. It would cover it up. It would cover it up. Maybe if I got like a Unikite stone that wasn't my favorite colors, I could cover it up. But I like those. And then these are some links, these tree links. You've got a loop down on one end and then a loop through the stem on the other. So these are really fun links because they actually, the loops are perpendicular to each other. Wait, they're not perpendicular, they're... Oh, this one doesn't even have. That one's got a loop, that one's got a loop. No loop. Well, that's okay. It could be part of a pendant. Maybe this one could hang from here. No, I'm covering up my stone again. What am I doing? What are you doing, Becky? I don't know. But then we've got some little bead caps as well. These are super cute. And I know other people have made with this since this came out, because again, February. These have like a little star shape. They're 1169 with all of those little dots on there. But yeah, so now we're done showing everything that came in that box. And until next time, again, happy beading.